Hey guys, it's Cam. Good morning from a gorgeous, snowy Prescott, Arizona. Yeah, that's right. It's mid-February. And we got a nice dumping of snow. I'm up here at a client's providing a reverse shadow week, what we call an audit, where I look at their business. And this is random, but raw food from my puppy who's with me, Laszlo. Just kind of thought this is a cool example of food on the road. So I packed Laszlo all his most important supplements to me, and then a lot of his Halshan raw food. And what I've been doing on the road is then adding whatever I can get my hands on that makes sense. And he also has sauerkraut in here. Sauerkraut is something that I was able to just buy once I arrived at my Airbnb last weekend, and then refrigerate everywhere I've stayed, and that's the probiotic factor. So we use sauerkraut or fermented vegetables in general as a probiotic instead of a actual product that you might buy, because I've learned after working with a few different veterinarians who actually have holistic training and who can better educate from a nutritional standpoint about raw and fresh feeding, biological appropriate food, that there is no canine formulated probiotic. So I used to buy a container of Nature's Pharmacy Probiotic Max, and it's not that it wasn't a great product or it didn't support my dogs at the time, but I've since learned that the probiotics in there are really more human grade. They're acidophilus, lactobacillus, things that you don't actually see in the canine gut biome quite the same, or if at all. So there's sauerkraut in here, which is not pictured because I've already put it back in the mini fridge, and it's a mini fridge door that's goofy. But I did add chia seeds. I do that every morning, a tablespoon Chlorofresh. This is for bad breath while the puppy is teething. So this is a product that's been recommended to me by one of the holistic veterinarians when I had my 7-year-old American Bulldog had some bad breath, or my 12-year-old Luca, if you guys know Luca. Luca's had a lot of extractions. He's just an old guy. We don't do teeth cleanings with him because they're not, super safe for dogs. And for bad breath, this made an enormous, it took it away. So for the puppy, while he's teething, he's getting some of this as well. And there's a ton of benefits. If you don't know what chlorophyll is, just go read up on it. It's got a ton of benefits for you and your dog. Coconut oil for obvious reasons, fats and yummy things that it provides to the body. And he's putting on, he's going through calories like crazy. He's growing right now. So there's just some extra fat there for him. This is a mixed power greens that I get from Costco typically. It's got all kinds of good stuff in there. I refill my little jar. He gets a tablespoon of that in the morning. And then vitamin C, I am just, oh nice, I got chlorophyll all over that. Vitamin C is so phenomenal. Potency Guard is a bioavailable product, meaning it's better absorbed by your body the way it's designed, the fact that it's buffered. And so this Perk and I, we go back about 7 or 8 years. Perk absolutely saved my life. This is the product and the dynamic of C flushing. So if you look online and you look up Potency Guard C Flush, you can learn about the detox that I did 7 years ago, I think, to eliminate my autoimmune disease. And it was a combination of C Flush multiple times over the course of, ever since then. But in that first year, I think I did it a few times in the first 6 months. And I changed my diet completely. I went to totally fresh food. I was vegan for months in order to help my body come back from all of the toxicity from medications. There's a huge journey for me with a vitamin C, and it came from a book that was shared with me, Never Be Sick Again by Raymond Francis. And the bottom line is that vitamin C is a beautiful anti-inflammatory. It will help to create healthy cells in your body as you're creating new cells, and it will repair damaged cells. And really all diseases is cellular dysfunction. So vitamin C for the baby is a proactive move to help his immune system build, to help his immune system recover from vaccines, to help him with any environmental sensitivities he might have. So we're bouncing around different places to help him combat things like kennel cough instead of giving him a vaccine. So every day my dogs get vitamin C, whether they look healthy or not. If they do not appear healthy, or we know they are unhealthy from various other, diagnostics, they get a lot of vitamin C. and it's a phenomenal tool in your first aid kit to have, something that is an absolute staple for me. You will see some things on the do not feed list sometimes, like avocados for dogs. It has to do with seeds. Nobody should be eating the seed. Nobody should be eating the apple seeds, things like that. The avocado itself, fine. This has been great because I actually didn't bring enough raw meat. Probably going to run out thanks to the snowstorm. So this has been great that I packed it along, because although I was using it just for funsies, like go in your crate, you know, treats, I'm actually giving him more of the recommended meal dosage. So it gives you, like, if you were to feed this, I should drink that coffee before it gets cold. If you were to actually feed this stuff, it's really high quality dehydrated food, basically. It gives you information there. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to fatten my little boy up a little bit better by giving him probably a half a cup of the Ziwi Peak, and this is mackerel and lamb, and it's mixed in there as well. So freaking awesome food. My dog eats like a little, you know, spoiled rich kid, but man, it's amazing how much healthier your dog will be if you go to fresh or raw, and you do not have to do all of this. This is what's really important. You do not have to do all of this. You can literally just give that meat mix, which comes from Halshan's. Let me dig out the packaging for you, because that was rude of me not to save it. Here is what he's eating. You could literally just give, you know, Halshan product. This is what we source from Fallbrook, California. Or you can DIY it, and you can get your own raw meat, add calciums, you know, like seaweed. There's kelp calciums that are really great. You can do parts, raw meaty bones. Literally, that's the book, Raw Meaty Bones by Tom Lonsdale. Is an oldie, but a goodie. We constantly try to share information with you guys about, you know, how this can be done, because it's extremely forgiving on many levels. If your dog has a health history or you've tried raw and run into issues with their gut, then you need to go to a holistic vet to help you with the detox and the immune building. This is why I have this knowledge, right? Because I've had dogs that were older that developed, you know, issues from having a kibble diet. Maybe we rescued them. They came through the rescue or something like that. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. Let's pretend it's alive here. Or, you know, that were rehomed, you know, to us, or that were client dogs. This happens a lot with you guys as our clients. Your dog has been on a kibble diet its whole life. Maybe you tried raw and they got gut issues. They had bloody stools, you know, or they just didn't tolerate it, or even didn't like it. Like every once in a while, Charlie the Shepherd, they didn't want to eat raw right away. And what's often going on is the system is out of balance. The dog is sick. They don't feel well. So when you don't feel well, nothing sounds good, right? And when you don't feel well, or you have, you know, some kind of disease process going on, it could even be virus or something based on over-vaccinating. A lot of these dogs, we get them into the holistic vet, and they actually have virus in their system that needs to be detoxed. And our vet does this amazing job of bringing in Chinese herbs and things that will help. And, you know, vitamin C is incredible for that. Adding anything you can that will boost immunity, that will help detox, you know, the toxins, the chemicals, the things your dog's been exposed to. Flea medications are extremely toxic. We don't use flea medications. Raw food keeps our dogs healthy enough that they're not attractive to fleas. Fleas are predators. They prey on sick. So, you know, if there's things in your dog's system that you've been pumping in there without knowing it, you need to support their immune system and get them to a little bit of a more beauty-based zero. Then you can go into cooked or raw, and you'll see a different result 99.999% of the time, okay? But some of those dogs need cooked food instead of raw, because raw is too damp and it's too cold. And from a Chinese medicine standpoint, if you start really doing your research, that'll make sense. Or you get a holistic vet who works in that modality, you'll understand why that happens, you know, why it will create too much moisture in the body, and that will not actually work out as well as for some other dogs. So starting my puppy on the right foot. This is my second time starting a puppy on raw from right the minute that I got them at 8 weeks. And I absolutely stand behind raw and fresh food, fresh being cooked, real food, you know, things that you would grab and feed yourself, your salad, mincing and chopping that up and steaming and giving your dog, you know, the nutrition that is deficient in kibble is absolutely priceless. Even if you have a kibble diet, add fresh foods 3 days a week. There's information now. Rodney Habib is the best person to study for this, and meaning his video collection that will support it with all the evidence and nicely packaged information in his videos. There's evidence now of 80-90% cancer reduction rates in dogs who get fresh food 3 days a week on a kibble diet. So there's a lot you can do, guys. We're not going to stop talking about this. We're only going to try to make more videos about it. And we really hope that you will continue to educate yourselves and not get stuck. Don't be one of those people who goes, tell me the exact formula of what I need to feed my dog. No, go learn about the state of your dog's health, get blood work, get a holistic veterinarian who is not just trained in Western medicine, somebody who can read your dog for their energy, their personality, get them on some herbs, really supplement detox and building immunity. And then you're going to be able to formulate some amazing stuff and see your dog thrilled to eat, see those stools reduce, see those stools firm, see no gas, no diarrhea, no like constantly having to go. You're just going to see so many things. The coat gets better. The skin is healthier. The ears don't get infected. You don't need flea control. It's amazing. I can't say enough about it. I'm on probably my 17th year of knowing about raw feeding, and I would never go back. Never, ever, ever. It just makes so much sense. So little lesson for you guys this morning, little encouragement. Laszlo's going to be stoked on his meal. All right, guys, talk to you later. Coffee and snow time. Bye for now.